Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So tonight, of course, let's talk about Bitcoin. Are you part of the 82% seeking advice? Are you part of the group? Let's discuss that. And of course, let's talk about what to expect for the remainder of the week. Today we had some weakness, right? Was it expected? I would say so, but let's talk about that as well. Welcome. Welcome. So you can see today had a little dip right here. Someone got fearful because the U.S. market didn't do so well. Someone got fearful and sold out a little bit. But we are clawing back, right back to 23,000. But overall market cap didn't move all that much. Still above 1 trillion. Still looking good. Although I did mention this morning about long squeezes, long liquidations, and you could see we certainly had some more since this morning. Another 70 million-ish longs liquidated. Of course, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see any liquidations, to be honest, but it's always going to happen because there are so many greedy people out there. But that's what we saw since this morning. You can see the U.S. market wasn't too good today, wiping out most of the gains from last Friday. And now there are rumors. Apple's reporting this Thursday, and it's reported that Apple probably posts its first revenue decline since 2019. So this also spooked markets a little bit. And of course, the big story is the Fed Chair Powell, who will be speaking on Wednesday. And we only have a day and a half to look forward to that, right? Is he going to pivot? Is he going to be dovish? How much is he going to raise the rate up by, right? These questions will be answered on Wednesday. But like I said this morning, I kind of expect non-movement. Today, yes, we did have a down movement, but I would say leading up to Wednesday, we're probably not going to see any significant movement or big rallies because people are waiting to see what Fed Chair Powell says, right? So that's what happened today. But as for Bitcoin, you could still see the asset flows coming into the space has been rising significantly within the last week and a half, 2 weeks, really. Because there is a sudden resurgence. There's a sudden momentum. And that momentum has not gone away just because we had one day of little downward movement, right? There's a lot of exciting things happening. And today, it's reported that Twitter, and some of you guys may be wondering why Doge is going up. It's because of this. Elon has been secretly working on some kind of payment mechanism for Twitter. And he has said in the past, of course, he wants to contract fiat, but crypto, Bitcoin, and crypto, probably Bitcoin and Doge, and who knows if it's Doge first, could be coming. And this is what all Dogecoin holders are waiting for, some kind of integration. But now this is heating up. It's going to happen. Just a matter of time, right? Is this going to come out next month, right? And in February, who knows? But this, again, is starting to heat up. And this is why so many people are getting excited once again about Doge, right? Who is sitting at number 9 on CMC and has not dropped off. You have a whole bunch of people that really love Doge. But let's not forget, it could be more. It could be Bitcoin too. Ethereum, right? Elon has said himself he holds the most Bitcoin, and then second most Ethereum, and then third Doge. But who knows? Even Doge, he could be holding billions. We don't know at this point, right? But this is exciting. Also, let's not forget, the big boys are in. BlackRock, BNY Mellon, Goldman Sachs, Fidelity, every single big financial institution and bank is looking to expand Bitcoin and crypto offerings, right? Either by buying or offering funds or offering it to their wealth clients or being custodians or offering institutional advice and trading, right? They are all jumping in So the upwards movement, the momentum, right? The resurgence is going to continue. That's for sure. Now, what about this 82% thing, right? I just, I saw this and I thought maybe you guys want to know what group, okay, 82% of what group is seeking advice on Bitcoin and crypto, right? Is it millennials? Is it Gen Zs? Is it, I don't know, the Democrats? No, it's actually millionaires. 82% of millionaires are seeking advice on crypto as Bitcoin soars, right? This is despite the fact we had a horrible year in 2022. Even with such a horrible year, people are still looking at Bitcoin and crypto because they know it's here to stay and it's the future. It's Web 3.0. It's decentralization. It's store of value, right? It's the future. And that is why so many are looking to jump in. And here's an interesting fact. I've said this before. There's not enough Bitcoins out there, okay, to supply every single millionaire out there. Just think about that. There are a lot of millionaires out there, okay, and a lot of you guys watching, you may be a millionaire. But just keep in mind, there's only 21 million that will ever exist, and there's 19 and a half million that has been mined so far, okay? And that doesn't encompass all the millionaires out there. If every single millionaire on the planet wanted to buy at least one Bitcoin, they would be out of luck. Just that alone will drive Bitcoin up to probably $1 million plus, okay? And that hasn't happened yet. And that's not counting the billionaires and the big financial institutions that hold trillions of assets. It doesn't even include them, really. So there's just not that many, and demand keeps on increasing every single year, while the supply keeps dropping. That's why the halving event that happens every 4 years, which cuts the production of Bitcoin by half, it's so important because demand every 4 years is going up while the supply is decreasing by half every 4 years. So it's as simple as that, supply versus demand. That is why Bitcoin continues to head higher, and you want to be part of that group. You want to be part of that group. You don't want to wait until you're a millionaire to seek advice on crypto and Bitcoin. You want to use Bitcoin and crypto to make you a millionaire. Not financial advice, though, but in my opinion, it is definitely going to be a big part of the financial revolution that we will be going through in the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. We will transition fully to utilizing blockchain and Web 3.0, 4.0 dApps, right? And digital assets like Bitcoin. It's coming. It's coming. Even Ray Dalio, who once upon a time, he's one of the most respected men when it comes to money, and even he is now pro Bitcoin. It wasn't too long ago when he said, I don't know about this Bitcoin thing. I think governments are going to shut it down. That's no longer part of his thought. He doesn't say that anymore. There will be a competition of monies, and Bitcoin is part of that competition. I look at it as alternative gold. So think about that. This is coming from Ray Dalio himself. And when he says this, other people listen, right? So, fantastic stuff. Of course, I've mentioned this before. Hash rate is going up leaps and bounds right now. That is fantastic. Miners, I did a whole video about miners. Not going to talk too much about them, but they are hoarding and loading up and increasing their hash power. And same deal with whales that have jumped up their activity quite a lot since the beginning of 2022. You could see the number of whale addresses over 10,000 Bitcoins have increased dramatically since the beginning of 2022. And this also helps Nigeria, there's a premium. There's a 60% premium for Bitcoin right now in Nigeria because Nigeria as a country is suffering from hyperinflation. They want to push out this new digital currency. So they are limiting now how much money the citizens can withdraw per day. And it's roughly, I saw it was roughly around like $40 a day in USD equivalency, right? And that is why people are scared. Whenever the government tells you you cannot withdraw your money now, what do? Right? They're flocking to Bitcoin because no one can control Bitcoin. Once you get Bitcoin into a wallet on your phone, a self-custody wallet, no one could take that away from you. No one could stop you from using it. No one can say you could only withdraw or trade $40 a day. That is why they are flocking to Bitcoin, right? So it's already happening. We have this asset that is neutral, non-sovereign, immutable, and it allows you to obtain basically personal freedom, financial freedom, right? And property, what Michael Saylor would argue, allows you to control your own property, in this case, money, right? You can't have the government telling you, well, you can't withdraw your own money. You can't spend your money, right? That's what Bitcoin brings to the whole world, not just certain nations, the whole world. Think about that. That's also fantastic. All right. Now, enough about Bitcoin, just a little bit about one altcoin that's making moves right now. And it's what the Motley Fool labels the Ethereum of 2023. Can you guess who that is? No, it's not Ethereum. They're calling it Polygon. And Polygon has finally moved above $1, has been making good moves, right? And why is that? And I've always been a big fan of Polygon Matic, right? It's because they are a layer 2 for Ethereum. They already help dApps scale EVM compatible dApps, ones that's built on Solidity, ones that's meant to process smart contracts through Ethereum virtual machine. Polygon already allows dApps to do that, which is why so many brands are flocking to Polygon. I saw this. I mean, it's just quite amazing. They're partnered with Meta, Instagram for NFTs, also partnered with Adobe, Starbucks, the NFL, Adidas, Disney, Reddit, Stripe, Nothing, I don't know what Nothing is, and DraftKings. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. And those are some big firms that's partnered up with Polygon to create their NFT marketplace or to utilize some new, or to create some new dApp that's utilizing the Polygon blockchain, right? So there's just so much stuff happening. And recently there's a lot of talk about Polygon enabling ZK EVM, which is in test mode right now. But ZK EVM basically uses zero-proof rollups to make these smart contract calls more efficient, faster, feeless, right? And basically, this will be a game changer when it comes to dApps needing to do a lot of smart contract calls, right? They're not going to cost anything basically anymore. And this is going to happen on Polygon. So just want to mention that real quick. One of my favorite projects. There's a lot of things happening right now. And then lastly, I saw this. I think a lot of people are looking forward to this. The judge that's ruling over this SBF case says it's okay for the two parties who backed SBF to be revealed. People want to know who put up money for that $250 million bail bond. The parents put up their house, which I heard they're actually leasing from Stanford, so it's actually not their home. So there's some controversy there. But also two other separate really wealthy clients put up money so that SBF can be set free, basically. So he's sitting at home and not sitting in a jail cell, right? So I think in the next few days we will hear about who those two parties are. And I'm thinking one of them is going to be Kevin O'Leary. And if it turns out that one of them is Kevin O'Leary, he would damage his reputation even more so than he has already done by backing SBF. But if it shows that he put up 50 million or whatever million to allow him to get bail, I think it's going to be absolutely disastrous for him. So I bet he's sweating that this doesn't come out, but we'll see. We'll see who these two are. Besides him, who else is it? We don't know. We don't know. All right, guys. That's what I wanted to say today. Let's do some Q&A. Test G. I'm glad. I'm glad you do after you hear me. What are your thoughts on Metaverse X games like Katina Royale and Age of Zalamoix? I don't even know. I have no idea. I'm assuming Metaverse X is Elrond, so there's a couple play-to-earn games, Metaverse games. I'm not familiar with them, so can't really talk about it. All right, scrolling up here. Digital Bobby says 82% of millionaires won't be wealthy in the future without BTC. Well, you may have a point there. You may have a point. Considering inflation keeps robbing people of their money, right? If you don't invest in something like Bitcoin, you just see your money being inflated away to nothing. You need some kind of asset that can outperform inflation. And there's no better asset to do that than Bitcoin. And now, crypto. All right, I'm still scrolling here. Do you see play-to-earn genre recovering for NFTs? Yes, I do. Actually, has recovered a lot. Play-to-earn games, as long as they're good, will thrive. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about the fact that in the future, I say all games transit to play-to-earn model, so that it's free and you're playing to earn something from it, rather than how it exists now, which is either free and you have to pay for things, or you have to pay for it up front. I think in the future, it's all going to transit to play-to-earn. How long have you been reviewing autos? Almost as long as my crypto. I started my channel early 2018, very early 2018. Joel Almas, Cosmos or Polygon? If I had to choose, I like Polygon more. Any comments on Binance and MasterCard striking a deal with Brazilian government today? It's great. I don't see the big deal about it because it's still with MasterCard. Right? Like we wanna overthrow MasterCard. We want to overthrow the credit cards. So it's great for Binance. It's great for Brazilian government, but it's not good for MasterCard. I don't know. I just don't think the story is all that exciting. I want my money to inflate into something. It's going to inflate to nothing. Did you see a Corvette is coming out the SUV? No, I did not actually. They just announced the E-Ray, which I gotta say, it's not. I don't think that many people are that excited about it. So I know Chevy was trying to make a big push about the E-Ray, but I hear more negative comments about the E-Ray than positive, and it doesn't really outperform the Z06. So I'm not even quite sure the point of it. But no, I didn't hear about the SUV. But why not? All the exotic car manufacturers is coming out with theirs, right? Ferrari's coming out with theirs soon. So I guess that's the new fad. Yes or no, will I ever get my BTC ETH off Celsius? Yes, but not fully. Jason, your thoughts on artificial intelligence and crypto? You know, it did pump up. Singularity pumped up a little bit. Fetch.ai pumped up a little bit. But I don't know. Seems like premature still. I think for 2023, it'll be interesting to watch them, see what they do, if they do any integration with any of the major AI projects out there. But as of right now, it just seems like people are speculating, jumped in, and there's not a whole lot of substance to it. Perry, yes. Dylan says, my play to earn game earns me $750 a week. It's called Get a Job. Well, I don't get it. Are you telling people to get a job, or are you telling people that it's like a job because it's earning you $750 a week? That's a good amount. That's a good amount. Which game is it, Dylan? I have 20,000 invested in the top 10 coins. Realistically, how far do you think it could go? At least 10x with the next bull run. At least. That's being conservative. But I'd say it could go much higher than that. Do you think stocks and crypto are anticipating Fed news on February 1st? Yeah, of course. Of course. I think today's sell-off, maybe tomorrow sell-off. I think tomorrow will be more like even, but... And Wednesday morning, everyone will speculate what's going to happen during that FOMC meeting, which I will be broadcasting. We always have a good old time watching Powell speak and a Q&A session afterwards, but... Yeah, everyone is trying to anticipate it. Unite Life? Yeah, no. I'm probably not going to do that. If you think it's legit, go ahead and play it and then let me know. I'm not going to play it on, I'm not going to do a review of it. I have 50K invested in top 50. How far do you think it would go? 500K. Like I said, like I answered someone else, at least 10x. At least 10x. It could be a lot more than that, but it's 10x just to get to our previous high. So just think about that. Almost everything needs to attain 10x to even reach its previous high. So that's like the base. Lisa Boo, been DCing every week on a schedule for last year. Congratulations. Congratulations. You're probably still down depending on when you bought in, but it's the right way to do it, taking guessing out of it, and when we recover, you're going to reap the benefits. Can Powell be a character on the next SPF venture? No, unfortunately, because I'm not doing any more SPF adventures. It's funny, it's like after I'm done with it, then people are starting to get excited about it and ask me about it. But when I first played it, it's like no one talked about it. And everyone's saying, no, I don't have time to watch cartoons. It's funny that like people are talking about it now. What are your thoughts on Flux halving coming in 7 days? I don't know if that's going to make a big thing. It's going to be a big event for Flux. Overall, I think they're one of the leading projects when it comes to decentralized hosting. There's a few, like another one's Akash, but I don't hear about them at all. They might have been, I don't know if they're still operational, but in terms of decentralized hosting, there's not a lot of players in that space, and Flux is one of them. So I don't know if the halving is going to do much for them. Super Google Lee, happy new lunar New Year. Thank you. Jack, sure, if you're serious about it. It takes a lot of time and a lot of money to get one episode going. That's why it was only like 2 minutes. To do a 30-minute animation like South Park, I mean, literally would cost you, I don't know, tens of thousands per episode. Interactive, I appreciate that. What do you think about the 10 billion Polygon Matic supply? Okay. A lot of projects in the billions. That's fine. That's why the dollar amount is smaller. People don't understand token economics, really. Something like XRP will never reach $589, but people think it can. And, same deal with Cardano. It's not going to reach that high because there's just more circulating supply out there, right? So it doesn't really mean much. I mean, even Doge. Look at how much Doge has and how much Sheep has, right? It just depends on how many people you can get to hold it and use it, and that's pretty much it. And maybe even burn it, right? A lot of these projects have burning now. Swain, I did use my voice. Everything in SBF Ventures was me. I didn't pay for a voice actor. Everything was me. My auto channel is called Drivers Only. Love to see a dip right before IDCA again. Well, today we got a dip, a little bit of a dip, right? We kind of got used to being above 23,000 for a while, so this may seem like a dip, but not really because we were below 22.8, or we were hovering at 22.8 for quite some time. So if you actually zoom out, you just realize, well, we've just been going sideways. We've been going sideways a long, long time, though, a long, long time, consolidating, waiting to break higher. Waiting to break this 24.3, then heading to 30,000. I've heard some other people now make crazy predictions that by April or March, we're going to hit 50,000. I'm like, that's insane. I don't see that happening. But can we make good progress up to 30,000 in the near future, like the next 2 to 3 months? That could certainly happen. But like to hit like 50,000, that's crazy. But yeah, we're consolidating. Getting ready for the next leg up. Never putting profits into DeFi kingdoms again. Lucas, what happened? I was in the same boat as you, right? I was really into DeFi kingdoms. They were doing very well. And then, they had this controversy where one of the founders' friends started unlocking and selling tokens and blah, blah, like all this stuff. They dumped hard. And then the team got doxxed, and now they moved away from Harmony. Seems like they're trying to recover, right? It does seem like a lot of people I talked to still very active with DeFi Kingdom, so that's good. They haven't given up. Lucas, I don't know if that's what you're referring to, because yes, they did come down like 99% from their highs, and they're still down like 90, probably 5%. The good thing is let's think about it. The good thing is it has to go up like 10x to be able to get back to its previous high. So, you know, it's you could look forward to that. Fang Kong. Appreciate that. Donkey Kong, that is very gross and flattering and sickening all at the same time. I'm going to make sure that comment is staying hidden. I have 20K on the sidelines, hoping BTC potentially drop back down or scoop more ETH. I don't think I could go wrong with Ether either. I mean, Vince, there's always a possibility it could go down. If you're expecting Bitcoin to go down to 15,000 again, I highly doubt it, but there's always a chance. Can we go down from here? Yes. But can we just keep going up from here? Yes. Right? It's kind of... You got to read the room, right? Everything that I've been covering in terms of on-chain metrics, indicators, adoption, look at the macro environment, they're all improving, right? So if you put all that together, do you really think we're going to go down significantly from here? Well, if you argue, well, maybe macro conditions get worse, the war escalates, something like that, and we go into deeper recession, then yeah, it makes sense. But from the data that we have right now, it doesn't seem like any of those things will happen. So the best way is still, I would argue DCA, dollar cost average on a schedule, take the guessing out of it, then you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to guess and be wrong. The DCA account, what is the status? Well, I guess you have to tune in tomorrow to find out. No, Wednesday. I thought today was Tuesday. No, Wednesday. $32 ETH or equivalent value in BTC. Curious on your opinion. You know, Gus, I don't think you need to do that. You make it sound like you have to go with one or the other. And no, you don't. So I would never choose. I would rather do this 50-50. Because I think having Ethereum at certain times helps you. It moves more than Bitcoin. But other times, Bitcoin is leading the way. Like right now, Bitcoin is outperforming ETH. Right? But I think it's going to flip in the future. So that's why would you want to, you know, why would you want to... what do you call it? Why would you just want to pick one or the other, right? I bought more Sol and BTC today. Nothing wrong with that. Sol took a little dip of today, but considering it went up 141% in the last 30 days, that's not too bad. Avalanche up about 80%. I mean, these are all tremendous rises off from bottom. You can see even Bitcoin up about 38% for the month, but Ethereum is lagging. BNB is lagging. I expect both of these to catch up eventually. XRP is very lagging. XRP is not going to catch up until they get that settlement. And then it can explode if Ripple wins, right? But, yeah, Aptos went crazy. Near, Ape, I mean... Yes, no matter what, having dry powder on the side makes sense. right? It's a great way to utilize that because people start asking me about, okay, profit-taking strategies, right? I think a great way to do it is basically keep that 20, 25, 30% in cash. And if you see that start dwindling down because your overall portfolio is growing, right, that means you should sell off some and you know, get that dry powder on the side in case we dip or in case you need to DCA for a long term. Super Google, can ETH dump hard after unlocking? Could. I expect some people to be unstaking and selling, but if ETH and the whole market is going up, then I would see very little people unlocking and selling. Gus, just curious your thoughts on which will perform better in the next cycle. Without a doubt, I think Ethereum is going to perform better in the next cycle. Altcoins always do because they're smaller. They're smaller, it takes less money to move. So, yes. I think Sol may be a good play. Love the staking within Ledger without the need for little. Sol could be, but still, they're really light. Now, without FTX like backing them, they're really light on DeFi versus some of the others that are way smaller. Like, for example, like Phantom. You know, Phantom has way more TVL and DeFi than Solana and some of the others too. So, I think Sol could be a good play, but I think there's other better plays right now. Step, big super chat. Everyone I've spoken to about crypto decided to Everyone I've spoken about crypto to decided to give it a try and hold. I wish the crypto community could be more patient and nice instead of playing the have fun staying poor insecure meme. Do you feel the same sometimes? Yes. You know, here's the funny thing. I hate to say this, but a lot of that is from the immature leaders, okay, from the space. And a lot of them are feeling the heat, okay? Like Barry Silbert, he used to be like that. He used to be very cocky on Twitter, and look at where he is now, right? And others were like that too. I'm losing. Do Kwon used to be like that, very arrogant, very cocky, making bets left and right, right? Remember that? He would be saying memes like that, and then look at where he is now, right? A lot of these young leaders, you know, when things are good, they flaunt, and they try to, you know, make fun of others that disagree with them or aren't in crypto, right? Everyone likes to pick on Peter Schiff, but you know, that's a different story. But, you know, a lot of these young leaders, unfortunately, they fall into that trap when things are good, and then they risk it too much, they leverage too much, and when things are bad, they get wrecked, right? So, Step, I do agree with you. I mean, it's fun to poke fun every so often, but overall, it would help if the tribalism went down and everyone were more helpful and encouraging and motivating people rather than trying to kick people while they're down, right? So, yes. Would I rather be a samurai or a ninja? Ninja. Then people couldn't see me. How much sheep you need to make it? That's a hard one to answer. It doesn't matter how much you need. Just look at well, first of all, decide how much money do you need to make it. Okay, you want to be a millionaire, right? Yeah. Or you want to be have 10 million or 100 million? I don't know what you. But bottom line is this. I think SHIB is going to go up 10x at the very least, like all the other big altcoins. And they could certainly move up higher, 20x, 30x in the next bull run, right? So you do the math. Which crypto YouTubers do you watch? None. I don't watch anyone. That's why when someone says, oh yeah, did you catch this? Or did you hear someone say this about you? Or did you hear this? No, I don't watch anyone. I don't want to be influenced by them. And plus, I feel like I will learn nothing. Because I don't think anyone does what I do better than what I do. So that's really it. Am I sold on a 25 rate hike? Yes, I do think so. I do think so. Josh, welcome. Sun God, your cartoon was good. Do more. I don't know, guys. Now that I officially declared that I wasn't going to do any more, everyone is asking me to do more. I don't know what to think. Brad Lemon, hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Thanks for your support. Continue on watching. Gus, I have a feeling that's probably true. Are you betting hard on AI tokens? No, not hard. I still think maybe a little bit too premature in the space. Still very speculative. People just think the AI plays will just balloon up because ChatGPT is dominating the space right now. If they do any kind of partnership with Microsoft or ChatGPT, they'll probably explode. But as of right now, there's not a whole lot of AI activity actually going on. I may change my mind. I'm going to reserve that. Maybe later this year, I'm going to be heavy into AI and tell you guys about that. But right now, I'm kind of like, just watching it. All right, guys, let you go. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Tonight we had a little dip. That's okay. Overall, if you zoom out, you realize, well, we went sideways, right? But there are a lot of exciting things happening in this space. You don't want to be left out, right? So continue to focus on the future. Stay strong, my friends. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and have a good night. Take care. Bye-bye.